Okay, girls, here's my last set of examples. Okay, these are very interesting. So watch. Let's take the word carry, verb also, carry. I don't like to carry heavy bags. Carry. Okay. Now I want to add the suffix ing to it. I am carrying a lot of weight right now, so I can't carry your bag as well. Carrying. Let's see if the rule applies. Is this a consonant followed by a Y? R is a consonant. Yes, this is a consonant followed by a Y. Am I adding a suffix? Yes, ing is a suffix. So what should happen? What should happen? I must replace the Y with an I, right? So then I'll get C-A-R-R, replace Y with I, then ing, carrying. Is this the correct spelling? This is not. This is the wrong spelling. What's the correct spelling of carrying? It is C-A-R-R-Y-I-N-G. The Y remains. Why does the Y remain? There are actually a few more words like this where the Y remains, even though both the conditions are satisfied. We have a consonant followed by Y in the base or the stem, and we are adding a suffix. Yet, as the rule says, we are not replacing Y with an I. What's happening here? This is confusing, right? Actually, there's logic to this. You know, there is this rule in English that as much as possible, we should avoid double I. That's the rule. As much as possible, we should avoid double I in any word. So if I replace Y with an I get C-A-R-R-I-I-N-G, and you may not have seen double I in many words. Can you recall any words that have double I? Can you? So, as much as possible, we avoid writing double I in English. That's a rule. Okay, that is why we don't touch this Y. We leave it as it is. Okay, in fact, do you know how many words there are in total in English? Lakhs of words, definitely. Out of them, do you know how many words have double I? Any idea? Oh, here is a website called Word Searcher. I will leave the link to this website below this video. So you can actually go and search for different patterns of words in Word Searcher. It's a really helpful tool. I use it all the time. So I wrote I in the search bar and I clicked on enter, and this is the result I got. In the whole of English, there are only 5 words which have double I. Taxiing, skiing, radii, the plural of radius of a circle. So these are the 5 words that have double I in English. So can you imagine? So as much as possible, I is avoided in English, and that is why we leave the Y alone in carrying. Similarly, I'll give you a couple of more examples to prove this. You may have come up with more on your own by now, but here are 2 more from my side. The word is study. How many hours do you study every day? I'm studying all day long. I'm always on Edmodo. So what is it? I have to add the suffix ing. So let's look here. You have consonant followed by a Y. Yes. D is definitely a consonant. Am I adding a suffix? Yes, I'm adding ing. So I should have replaced the Y with an I. But I won't be doing that, because if I do that, I'll get studing, which is wrong. As much as possible, we avoid double I in English. In fact, there are only 5 words in English with double I. So this is wrong. I leave this alone. The correct spelling is studing. One more, last example. Reply. I wrote a mail to my advisor. Did she reply to your email? Reply. Okay. I want to add ing to this again, replying. Let's look at this. Does it end with consonant followed by a Y? Absolutely yes. L is a consonant followed by a Y. Now, am I adding a suffix? Absolutely yes. I am adding a suffix ing. But the original rule says that I should replace Y with an I. So then I'll get this strange word, repliing, which is wrong. In English, we avoid using double I as much as possible. So the right spelling is replying. We leave the Y as it is. Okay, so these are my set of examples. I have covered all possible conditions as possible, as much as possible. Now it's your turn to think about questions, different words that end with Y, and check if the rule works. And please write to me and call me if you find that the rule doesn't work, and we can talk about it. The rule has to work, okay? But if it doesn't, and if you find something, definitely a good point for us to talk about.